Okay, Hayesback's gonna attempt to put this motor back on. We'll see what happens. We'll see how easily it goes back in there. Okay, I feel like, let's do it from this side. Okay, the motor is 27 pounds, guys, if you're wondering. It's not super heavy. Something's wrong here. And it slips in there tight, which is, I don't know if that's good or bad, but it makes it easier. Okay, the back motor mounts are not lined up though. They're not where they're supposed to be. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Oh, you know what? I think you have to shoehorn it in there, alright? If I remember correctly. Okay, we gotta take it out again, put the back mount in first, and then put the front mounts in. Somehow do all that without smashing my fingers. Oh, there we go. Haha. All right. So since I pounded that one section in, all right, right here. Yeah, since I pounded that one section in, right here, it's a lot easier to get that in now. Okay. All right. So now I got to put the long bolt in, and I have to have a washer with it. Let me go find that washer. All right, the bolt comes in the right side, all right, not the left side like it was before. So let's see if we can get this in here. Okay, so I think what's got to happen is we got to move this washer to this side first and then push it in. Okay, secret sauce. Oh, it doesn't go in. Okay, there we go. Oh, it doesn't go in. I have to tilt the mount up. Oh, yeah. It's not going in, guys. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect the front mount here, and we're gonna swivel it up. All right. So I guess my idea of like taking the bolt out right here didn't work. So I'm putting the bolt in here because there's still not enough room, man. Even if I put the washer in like that. So I'm gonna have to pick the mount up. Oh, I have to take the bolt out somehow. Why don't you want to come out now? Okay, I did it off camera, but I got it off. All I had to do is pick it up and it just came right on, okay? Alright, so we're gonna tilt the motor mount up, and that should give us enough clearance to get this stupid bolt in. There we go. Okay, and then now we can drop it. Okay, and then we just wiggle this guy around, and hopefully the holes will line up. Okay, and that's kind of how we want it right now too, because we gotta shim it. I think the motor's got to go back. There we go. Oh, won't go. Nope. What did I do to this? It's not wanting to go back in. I know this bolt fits because I put it in when it wasn't on there. Oh. Yeah, it's not lining up with the other part. What a pain in the butt it is to get it in there. Oh yeah, it's crooked. I see it. It's not linking up with the other part of the spacer. There we go. I could be damaging threads though doing that. Okay, I think it's going all the way through. I think it'll self-line itself up if I keep on tapping it. And we're not damaging the bolt. There we go. All right. It's in there, guys. So now we have to go line up the rest of the mounts, guys. All right, well, just getting the back one in was difficult, dude. It was a lot harder than I thought it would be. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get the bolts, the other 2 bolts, the one that's here in the back end. Okay, I had to chase the threads on one of these, all right, because there was a shit ton of aluminum stuff, all right, from the motor. I might just drill the mounts all the way through and just use a long bolt. But anyway, yeah, some of the threads are missing in the center, so I'm gonna see if I could still use it. Okay. Okay, so one thing that helps, guys, is to use a punch to help line up the holes. Go. I don't like the way this comes on. I understand you're supposed to probably, it's best to bolt it onto the motor first and before you put it onto the bike, but man, this is off by a lot. This is the only one that's kind of weird. That's why we got to put this on first. Got it. Might be cross-threading though. I need just a little bit more. I don't want to mess the threads up with this though. Come on. There. Okay, I don't know. What's the most that we're going to get out of it? I think it's in there. Yeah, looks good. A little cockeyed. I know one thing I might want to do is put some anti-seize on this. I forgot. That's probably why. That's probably why that threads got messed up in that one bolt. All right, so okay, I'm gonna go tighten them all now. I don't think these bolts are going anywhere, guys. Okay, they weren't too hard to get in, is what I'm going to say, but yeah, you have to manipulate the motor so it'll fit, you know. Okay. Just make sure it's snug. I don't know what the torque spec is, but it's on aluminum. I don't think you want it to be too tight. Hooray. So yeah, I mean, the way this goes on, it pretty much has to contort itself just to fit in there, guys. That's how it works, guys. All right, this one is really loose. Look at how much this mount deflects just to get it flush. See? A whole lot, man. Okay. And there we go. So now we're going to go try to line everything up. Alright, so let's put the bolt in. Alright, it's not super heavy. So right now I've got this block here holding it up. Just pick this guy up. Put the bolt in. Okay, hopefully the bolt goes in. Now the bolt doesn't want to go in. I may have to grind this some more. Yeah, so when I put the motor in, it contorted the whole mount. So now this side doesn't fit. I have to grind this more so the bolt fits now. What the freak, man. Yeah. Oh, wait. There we go. Okay, never mind. It just went in. All right, guys, and then yeah, we should be able to adjust it left and right a little bit. All right, so it's got to go. So if you remember correctly, this guy, the counter sprocket, was crooked like this. All right, so we need to push the front of the motor that way. All right, so we got to shim it this way. Okay, so I think we just gotta what it looks like is we just got to flip the spacers around. So this is the spacer that was on this side before, or on the other side. We just got to put this spacer right here. See, yeah, it's already lining up fine. So maybe we can try that. That's a lot, dude. That's to move quite a bit. Let's try that. All right, let's put the chain back on and let's see if it lines up nicely. And then we'll have to hook up the controller and everything. Put the chain back on. Huh, chain doesn't fit. Do I have to loosen the wheel up? I guess so. I don't know what we did, but it the chain don't fit anymore. Alright, let me figure something out. That's really odd. The chain's not going back in, so that leads me to believe that since I elongated the hole here, since we extended this this motor mount right here on the left, it changed the position of the motor. The motor is further forward now, right? And that's right, because I remember it's supposed to be like that, right? So if we do it like that, it makes the chain tighter, right? So so I'm gonna go ahead and loosen the chain, all right, guys? I think that means we're on the right track. Okay, yeah. I had to loosen the chain big time to get it to fit, so I think that's a good thing. That means the motor moved forward quite a bit, all right, and that's what we want, all right. Maybe now it's like properly lined up and stuff, all right, but only one way to find out is to run it, all right. Either run it, but so it's where it's at right now. I still take this out. Yep. Yeah, so it's in the center. What we can start doing now is putting spacers in here. Play around with the position of the motor on the front. Okay, well, I think that's too much. It looks like, I know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at the chain from like here, and I'm gonna move the motor mount left and right to try to get it straight. Okay, guys? Yeah, it's still a little cockeyed, man. So I pulled it towards the right side as much as possible. All right. Oh yeah, now it looks like it's it looks like it's too much. What's going to happen is I think the back has to move this way and the front has to move, yeah. So the chain is doing this number. It's going like this. So it's the opposite of what it was before. So we gotta go back to the other side. Yeah, I can already tell. It just looks like it's messed up, man. I mean, it's close, but not really. It's too much that way, so we need to pull it towards us. Yeah. So the back mount has to go that way. So I'm gonna go hit that. I'm gonna go hit it and slide it that way. Oh, there you go. See, that moved a whole lot. Yeah, it's still doing this thing. It's going like this. It's like the opposite of what it was before. So I think this has got to go this way. Yeah, I think this side has to go this way, and then the back has to go that way. There we go. Oh, there we go. Straight now. The way it is right now. It looks straight. Yeah, let me go look at. So check this out, guys. It's pretty straight. So what I'm doing there is I'm just looking down the chain to make sure it's straight. All right, and it looks straight now. All right, but before it was like you could see it. It was like this. Okay, it was angled like this. You could see the chain trying to go that way. Okay, so but it looks good now. That looks pretty damn straight to me. I think that'll pass. So whatever this is right here is what we need to lock it in at. All right, guys. what was it doing? Oh, it was doing this before, right? So I had to move it that way more. Yeah. So yeah, whatever this is. So where's that spacer I had? Oh, right here. Oh yeah, right there. We just flip-flop the spacer. That's all we got to do. Maybe grind this a little bit. Yeah, it's too small. We'll just use we'll use washers, guys. Is what we're okay. Okay, but that looks good right there. Okay, that looks pretty straight to me. We can look at the other side. Here's this side. Does it look straight? Yeah, it looks straight to me. It's probably better to just look from the other side, but okay, so good. I hate to say it, but now what we got to do is we've got to make a spacer for this. So this has got to come off. So I had to whack this really hard to shift it that way. All right. So what I'm going to wind up doing is we're going to do the same thing we're doing here. Okay, we're going to shim this. Okay, guys. So later we're going to when we get it perfect. All right, guys. We're going to lock it in. We're going to add shims here, here, and probably here. All right. But if we have to add it here, we've got to take this whole thing apart. I kind of don't want to do that, guys. Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure something out. Anyway, so let's go figure out how many washers this is, and then we'll go lock it in. Okay. I think that's good. We'll lock this in, and then we'll hook all the electronics back up, and then we'll run it, and we'll see if we have that binding problem. All right. And if we don't, then we'll lock it in like that, and then I'll go paint it all up when I get a chance. Okay. So let's go start shimming. All right. So here's the washers. All right. Let's go bust out these washers, and then we're gonna go just add enough washers to fill in these gaps. Okay. So there's no gap here. All right, because we've got the long spacer here. But we're gonna add washers here and here to fill up these gaps. Okay. If you remember correctly, yeah, I think it was too much this way before. All right. So now we just shoved the engine, we shoved the motor like that way a whole lot, all right? And it looks much happier. Oh, at least I think it does. Oh, the chain is off. The chain slider is off a bit. Huh. Oh yeah, it's off again. What the heck? It's crooked again. See? Yeah, see, now it's crooked. What happened? I didn't touch it, guys, I swear. Alright, anyway, we'll figure it out, man. So like I said, I gotta add the washers to lock it in, alright? Alright, guys, I think I'm about ready to call it a night. So what I found out is, so the position of where the front of the motor mount is, it makes a big difference on the chain slack, alright? You watch this. So right now I got the spacer on the other side. I'm going to take the spacer off. Look at how much the chain will droop. See? I mean, it got tighter. See how it gets tighter? I put it this way, it gets looser. But what I found out is this spacer is actually the right distance. So we're gonna reuse this spacer here. But and then so the problem is the hole, it doesn't line up anymore. I have to grind it a lot more. I have to slot it like a shit ton. Maybe a little bit, just a little bit. We need to slot it more. Okay, so I think that was the problem. We're already way past where it was before, and it was we already ran out of the hole already. Okay, so we need to grind. We need to keep on grinding this, right? Because I can't get the bolt back in anymore. Yeah, it's definitely hitting it. So if we didn't extend it, we wouldn't have been able to line it up properly, guys. Okay, so that was the problem. This side was shorter than the other side, all right, and we extended it, all right. I wanted to extend it to make it stronger, but it helped align it properly. Okay. Yeah, we got to grind the shit out of that motor mount to get it to fit again. All right. So, but like I shifted the back of the motor where I wanted it. All right. So I think what we should do is let's keep where the motor is right now. It looks good. All right, guys. The alignment. If I move the wheel, there's no binding. Okay, guys. Okay, it rolls pretty smoothly, except for that master link. There's something up with that master link. Okay, and we go reverse. It doesn't bind anymore. Okay, so it's a properly aligned. Also, the grooves on the slider here, all right, the chain slider, it lines up with the grooves in there perfectly now. Okay, and then when I look down the chain, it looks straight. The key word is it looks straight. If you just look, it just sneeze or something, it goes off alignment. Check it out. Okay, that looks pretty straight, yeah. Yeah, I like that. All right, so whatever the position it's in right now, all right, see I've got a wrench holding it up right now, okay? Yeah, we could move it up. Ooh. Wow, that's kind of weird. Okay. I kind of don't like how this bolt sticks out a whole lot, but I don't think it's going to get in the way of anything. So I'll probably just leave it like that. I think it's okay. Ideally, if I ever get that bolt out, I will shorten it, okay, guys? But I don't want to take the motor out anymore, guys, all right? Once it's in there, it's going to be in there, all right, guys? But I think what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to add spacers back here. So what I did is I shifted the back. I hit it with a freaking, this guy. All right, I hit it with this, and I shifted the whole mount this way. All right, so, and then now everything lines up. Everything had because like the way I had it before, it was off the marks on the chain slider. So now I moved the motor like this way a whole lot. All right, so it turns out, oh, where did it go? I lost it. There we go. Oh, that's why when I picked it up. So this spacer is actually the proper thingy here. Okay. Put the spacer back in. Okay. And everything should be lined up. Okay, so I need to make a spacer like this. What the hell, man? Line up. Okay, yeah. I need to make a spacer like this for this, so this doesn't move, because this floats on this spacer here. Okay, so somebody told me on the electric dirt bike forum, all right, that you can put a pipe or over here, the spacers, all right, to make it space to space it out. All right, so and that's what we got to do so that doesn't move. All right, I can't have that moving around and then messing up the chain alignment. The motor puts out a shit ton of torque, guys, and it's enough to move those motor mounts around. So I need it rock solid, front and back. All right, the front is rock solid because it's got the spacers, and we're gonna properly space it this time, guys. Okay, because before there wasn't enough spacers, and I literally when I took the nut off, the brackets just went like this. It just whoop, went like that. And I was like, oh, that's not good. It shouldn't have to do that, right? It should fit perfectly. So all we got to do is we got to add some washers, all right, guys? We're going to add a shit ton of washers to take up that slack and then tighten it all up, all right? But the problem is the hole doesn't line up now, all right? It's off by a few millimeters. Check it out. Okay, yeah, it's off a little bit. I'm sorry, my camera light died. So yeah, we're getting there, all right, guys. So I've made the front motor mount much stronger. All right, I extended this. I beefed up the bottom here. All right, we put that spacer back in, and then we're gonna have to take this all out again, or we'll take the chain out and then we'll flip the motor mount up so I can paint the bottom. All right, so it doesn't rust. All this is stainless steel back here. We don't have to worry about painting that. All right, but yeah, I think we're there. All right, the chain is straight right now. So the position that it's in right now is what we want. All right, okay. So that's a scoop. But the problem is I can't get that bolt in there. All right. All right. It's close, but it needs to be grinded a few millimeters. All right. That's what it wants to do. All right. So that's what we're gonna let it do. Okay. That's why it was like off by a lot. You know. Yeah. It needs to go. It needs to move back. It needs to settle back. All right. But. Okay, anyway, so I'm done for tonight. So everything is back on there. The chain is straight. We're probably going to have to retension this chain again before after we line the front up, okay? And then I'm waiting on the spacers for the back. So I think we're definitely gonna do the back spacers so they don't move. All right, but then that would require me to take this swing arm apart. I'm not sure about that. What we could do is I could take the bolt out. Yeah, I could take the bolt out and stick another bolt in there so the swing arm doesn't fall out, and then pull this side out and then stick another bolt in there. Okay, and then we take, yeah, we'll have to take the whole motor mount assembly out again, man. Shit, dude. So we'll have to take the whole back out. Oh, also we have to measure this. We'll have to measure this, measure this, measure this, and then cut some spacers to put in there. All right, so that shit doesn't move around anymore. And then yeah, and then I think and then the motor should be pretty rock solid. All right, because my guess is that even if we lined it up right now, the way it is right now with the back floating like that, the torque of the motor, it's gonna move those motor mounts around. Okay, so I can't have that happening, because that's what I get. That's not my guess happened. All right, at what point maybe the chain was aligned on this properly, and just over time, you know, the sheer torque of the motor, it just started pulling it back and back and back. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna I guess I'm gonna move this up, and then I'm gonna grind it more. All right, so I'm not done with the grinder yet. We're gonna grind this side more. I don't know how well this side lines up. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, that'll go in. Don't worry about that. That's a good question. Let's see if we can line it up here. All right, I want to try to put this in on the other side and see if it lines up. All right, see if we got to grind the other side too. Okay, check it out. So it did go in. It went in quite easily. All right, it went in. However, this doesn't go out. It goes out here, but it hits the bracket here. Okay, so like I said, we need to grind this so it pushes this back enough to clear this. Okay, and then I think we'll be good. And I'm looking at the chain alignment, and it still looks good. All right. Also, remember, the chain could be off. The chain could be off a little bit. All right. But yeah, I like I said, I don't want it binding. Okay, so yeah. So it's like I said, man. It's a good thing we extended this. So that was the problem. All right, that needed to be extended. So the motor's in there properly. Okay, so what's got to happen in the next video, all right, the next video clip, is we need to grind this so the bolt fits in there, all right, and then make a spacer for this, all right, and then once it's all in there, connect all the power up, all right, connect the motor, connect the battery, and then we run it, all right, and we see if it's straight or not, all right. Oh, we're gonna have to retension the chain also, okay, but yeah, okay, there it is. So I think I can take this out right here. So it's holding itself up now. But, okay, so that's what's gonna happen in the next video, guys. All right, more grinding. I can't believe that mount needed to be moved that far forward. All right, guys, that is crazy. All right, hopefully we don't run out of chain. That's what I'm gonna say. I also did order a new chain. I ordered new upper and lower chain rollers. The lower chain roller is all chewed up, guys. So I gotta put a new one. And that may tighten it up, I'm not sure. Okay, so yeah, that's a scoop. More grinding, man. We're getting close. All right, we're getting close. And then yeah, we're gonna have to start spacing the back. All right, so once everything is all lined up nicely and everything is straight, I will make spacers for this here, and we'll install those so it doesn't move. All right, I'm almost certain, dude, that will move. All right, from the torque of the motor, man. There's a lot of power coming out of that motor, man. I'm telling you. So that's what's probably happened. It bent them out over time. All right, so okay, so that's a scoop. Thanks for watching. Here's my guy. Watch the next episode.